Meanwhile, Dawn Staley loved the way her team prepared and then executed against Tennessee this past weekend. Felt like it really validated the preparation process for her group, and they were highly engaged heading into this matchup. She said they want to win against their rivals. Here we go. Going to reset things here. Check in with the scores table. This building has consistently had atmospheres like that since Kim Mulkey took over as Ladson darts in for an early leg.
Simple little handoff and a great sign for South Carolina. Tania Ladson as she fixes her knee brace, going back down the floor, exploding to the rim.
A transfer from Florida State. Last year led the nation in scoring. Johnson can't finish. On the weak side, O'Cott couldn't grab it. Follow won't go for Flau'jae, and it last hits. Everybody goes down. Bacon, Flau'jae, and cheerleaders all at once.
Tripping over cheerleaders early in the game.
I don't think the first 45 seconds have gone the way Kyle Bacon imagined. Trips to the scorer's table, falling into cheerleaders. Raven Johnson buries the three, and a strong start for South Carolina.
And certainly a great sign for Raven Johnson.
Here's Richard having a really nice season for LSU. Michaela Williams with a shot clock at 5. Will pull. Heads it. Raven Johnson. Edwards has it knocked away. Ladson able to gather. Couldn't finish it. O'Cott puts it in. Said her keys tonight were keep them off the line, keep them out of the paint, take care of the ball. Dawn Staley felt like there'd be some opportunities in transition for South Carolina the way LSU normally scores. As Richard buries the jumper. Inbound finally comes. Here is Edwards. Edwards looking for an angle. Couldn't quite find one as Johnson kept her away from the ring. And Mulkey tells us Zakaya never gets winded. Flau'jae couldn't quite flip in the pizza pie, and then Edwards tips it out of bounds. How about Kim with the Valentine's Day hearts, the tiger painting on the back? Would expect nothing less on a Saturday night on ABC.
So great.
Flau'jae connects. LSU a 22-21 edge, but South Carolina the 17 straight win. O'Cott, perfect delivery from Raven, and there's another missed layup.
Surrounded by 3, but that's a shot she typically will finish.
Zakaya Johnson all the way in. A 7-0 LSU run at Tessa Johnson ends right there. Flau'jae Johnson's jumper off the mark, but she's fouled when it comes to the atmosphere in this building. For a little more on that, let's check in with Holly Rowe.
You guys saw Tiger Stadium there, and I've been working football games in Death Valley for about 30 years. The loudest I have ever personally recorded on my decibel meter is 120 decibels for a college football game. Guys, today this is craziest atmosphere I've ever been a part of so far in women's hoops.
Awesome stuff, Holly. Of course, Holly would have a decibel meter on. What doesn't she have? Tessa Johnson rings in a 3. Johnson leading the SEC, 46% from 3 on the season. Not too far off Karen Middleton's program record as LSU.
Clean basketball.
Edwards fading, taking, couldn't finish it. And the rebound hauled in by Maya Joyner, and then a tie-up. Nice job by Tania Ladson. That is the ovation for Malaysia for Wiley. You see your mom and family stand up to applaud for Wiley playing in her first game against her former team after a couple of seasons with South Carolina. Turns it over here. Raven Johnson to Edwards, laying it in transition.
And we've seen how dangerous both of these teams can be.
Teams are 1 and 2 in fast break points in Division I. As again, Zakaya Johnson. Here's Raven Johnson. For Wiley, picks the pocket and then saves it to Joyner. You can feel the way this crowd is behind Malaysia tonight. Flau'jae out to Malaysia. For Wiley. Dishes. We're going to get it back. Zakaya Johnson finds the cutter. Flau'jae hooks it in. Very talented freshman. Here's Tessa Johnson slicing in, left it on the rim. For Wiley in space. Williams shaking, taking, and hitting. A 6-0 LSU response and a 5-point lead. Raven Johnson can't lay it in. Popped in the air. Controlled by South Carolina. Tornabees. Oh, yeah. Now we'll back it out, and Kim Mulkey telling her 1-1-1. For Wiley up under and off, but got fouled.
Kim Mulkey, typically a coach who has gone relatively deep into her bench this season, and only one sub so far this entire first quarter.
For Wiley, Malaysia is going to want to perform well. Said, look, the pressure in this type of situation, it's on her, not on us as a team. We want to keep all that good play from her to a minimum, maybe try and put some early fouls on her. Ladson gets inside and is denied. That'll do it for the first. LSU looking to snap a 17-game losing streak to South Carolina. They have a 5-point lead. Kim Mulkey said she's still learning how to operate the offense, make decisions as a point guard for LSU off the bench as Ladson couldn't finish it. Ocott will.
She did not sub anybody in her front line in the first quarter, but you have two subs in now with Koval and Knox.
Here's Williams using the Koval screen. Separates and gets the roll.
Michaela Williams is a special offensive talent, especially in the quarter-court, creating her own looks.
It just feels like she is flourishing this season, too, as Raven Johnson rattles in another three. Williams, a little shake, dumps it inside, saw the mismatch, and that'll be a blocking foul. Part of that deep rotation of bigs. Women's basketball doubleheader is highlighted by two of the nation's leading scorers. K-State takes on Audie Crooks and Iowa State at 2 Eastern, followed by Hannah Hidalgo. South Carolina yet to shoot a free throw. LSU 5 for 6. LSU leads the nations in free throws. Taken away by Knox. Here's Flau'jae in the open floor. Lays it in.
Grace Knox's defense on that last possession. She switched onto the guard, able to recover to hers, got the steal.
Tessa Johnson connects on a deep three. You could see South Carolina trying to communicate with the coaching staff, I think, about that zone. Rebecca, as Flau'jae cuts it up for two.
There's certainly some confusion.
Tessa again, launching.
No confusion on the offensive end.
Here's Flau'jae hopping in. Ladson the crossover. Wow, Knox, strong hands. Ladson never gave up and just busted through for two. Here's Flau'jae, little hezzy. Oh, what a swim move. She has the last 8 for LSU. Raven Johnson gets denied. The follow is good, but a foul. Incredibly fashionable. So you're always interested in what she has to wear. Her and her staff wearing hoodies. Well, because 2 years ago, when South Carolina played here, Dawn was asked about the atmosphere. There was a lot of boos, but I think they were just calling me their boo.
One of those that Dawn pointed to was their game against Texas at home.
For Wiley, blasts in for a bucket. In her 6 minutes off the bench. Now back in for a second stint. Tessa Johnson, you bet! Tessa with her 4th three of the half. Nice look from Williams. Oh, the extra feed, and Flau'jae Johnson is fouled.
Williams just played right into what was being given to her.
Michaela as well as Tessa Johnson projected to be loaded when you think about who could be in it, with Hannah Hidalgo and Juju and Madison Booker.
Crazy good draft class.
Here's Raven Johnson. Fading, taking, short, follows it up. Held ball, belongs to LSU.
Really nice job defensively by Flau'jae, fighting over screens.
Under 2:30 to go in this first half. LSU, a 2-point lead on South Carolina. Williams gives it up. Joyner banks it in, plus the foul, and a chance for three. There's such versatility in that rotation of bigs that Kim Mulkey deploys with Amaya Joyner, with Grace Knox, with Flau'jae Johnson, with Kate Koval.
Certainly helps her be able to match up with every kind of team in the SEC.
Here's McKeer, 2 minutes to go in this first half. Flau'jae is shadowing Tessa Johnson. Edwards backs down and flips in. Nice take from Joyce Edwards.
She's so good when she can catch about 15 feet from the bucket and just use her quickness. She has nice handles for a player her size.
Williams uses the screen, the attack. Oh, what a shovel! The southpaw scoop from Michaela Williams.
As soon as Michaela Williams got her defender on her hip, she was able to keep her there.
Edwards kicks it out. Johnson, another for Raven Johnson. Raven and Tessa. For Wiley. Can't hit. Raven Johnson the rebound. Raven has tied her career high with the 3 made threes. Here's Tessa on the attack, up under and in. Tessa Johnson putting on a shot. Here's Williams. Looking to get it to Joyner, and she traveled. Shot clock turned off. Here's Raven Johnson. Tessa looking to turn the corner, kicks it out. Raven a three. No. And that'll do it after a scintillating first half. South Carolina, a 1-point lead over LSU. We take a look at the numbers from that first half. South Carolina, 7 of 12 from 3. Tessa and Raven, a combined 7 of 10. The numbers for Flau'jae, as well as we check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, Kim Mulkey said that Tessa Johnson's the difference in the game right now. They're not defending her like they have practiced all week. They're trying to defend her before she gets the ball, not let her get the ball instead of those late closeouts on three-point shots. Michaela Williams will stay on her defensively. We'll see if she can do a better job here in the second half.
All right, thank you, Hall. Here's Latson spinning. Shot clock at 5. Raven with it at 2, gives it up. Latson's going to have to put it up. Does. Front rim, nothing more. Gets deflected out of bounds, and it will be.
After review, the ball clearly touches South Carolina, number 11, last. The ruling on the floor is overturned.
Here's Richard. Flau'jae Johnson had an active first half. Flau'jae surrounded and fouled.
To get more minutes here for LSU, Kim Mulkey's played her a lot at the 4.
Tessa Johnson's second foul. Williams pivoting, taking, can't hit. And O'Connor, her 8th rebound. Here comes Raven Johnson. Has already tied a career high with 3 made threes. Joyce Edwards wanting it, getting it, and finishing. But that beginning of the third always takes the crowd a little while to get back into the flow that they had in the first half.
Whether you're the home or road team, coaches often talk about the first 4 minutes of the first and third quarters.
Flau'jae can't finish. Joyner on the putback, no. O'Cott, another rebound. Raven Johnson, eyes up. Tessa on the drive, bodies in and finishes. Plus the foul. A chance for three.
A to B trajectory goes into the shooter. I just can't sit here still. I can't do it.
That's fine. LSU 0 for 6 from the floor in this third. Here's Flau'jae trying to provide a spark. The little floater short. Joyner, the putback is good. Tessa fires inside. Okot turning. Can't bank it in. Richard, eyes up. Williams throws it away. Raven Johnson on the steal. South Carolina with numbers. Latson waits and lays it in. And Mylasia Flau'jae a little shaken up in the aftermath. Staley also feels like she's an improved defender. We've seen that tonight. Here's Hines getting some minutes for LSU. Flau'jae bounces in. Koval has it taken away. LSU sloppy in the third. Edwards on the break. Stops and flips it in. Kim Mulkey may need a timeout. She does. Out on the floor trying to get one. And finally on the fifth shoulder tap.
She's very frustrated that they're not making their layups, and she said, you guys have got to play like there's no tomorrow. Really fiery speeches from Kim.
All right, Ollie, thank you very much. Here's Hines, little baseline jumper is good. All along the baseline.
Tessa had to run out of bounds there.
Here's Edwards trying to go back to work. Edwards can't bank it in. Knocks the rebound. Richard. Into the paint, Richard gets fouled. If you're a fan of playing time, it's a good move to raise that hand.
And everyone's a fan of playing time.
That's right. Richard hit it. Second foul on Okot. And there's the hand goes up. Yeah, Grace says I can.
Actually, that might have been Bella who raised her hand. Was it Bella or Grace? One of them. Either way, everybody should have been raising their hands.
Here's Raven Johnson scooping it too tall. Okot gets fouled. Hey, tomorrow, it's an ABC women's basketball doubleheader. And then Madison Booker and fourth-ranked Texas take on number 22 Tennessee. Flau'jae picks it out. Hines on the move. Little pull-up is good. That's a confident stroke from Bella Hines.
Gotta let that go. Also, late game, you might need that timeout.
Yeah. Only 2 remaining now. Raven Johnson has it taken away by Flau'jae. Flau'jae finds the cutter. It's Knox for 2. Building back alive. 3-point game. Latson dishes out. Bakir nearly lost it. Now takes. Can't hit. Rebound. Okot, another board. Can't slide it in. Another chance for Okot. That one is good. How about the effort? Okot up to 13 rebounds tonight.
She has been all over the glass. Her 6'6" big. That's what you need from her if you're Dawn Staley.
Foul on South Carolina. LSU in the bonus.
Medina Okot is an incredible story. She grew up in a farm in Kenya, but she late came to basketball in high school. She's only been playing now for 6 years. Her skills have grown tremendously despite her limited experience, and she said her parents do get to watch the games at home in Kenya.
That's Bella Hines trying to front Tessa Johnson everywhere on the floor. Deny her everywhere on the floor.
Tessa's leaner won't go. Okot gets a hand on it and flags it down. The jumper short. Here comes Richard with numbers. The no-look dime and the lay from Joyner. 1-point game. Latson lays it in. Another big bucket at the rim from Taniyah Latson. 1 minute to go in the third. And a foul on Latson. That'll be her third. Here's Richard at the line. 3 of 4. On the night, LSU 9 for 13. They shoot more free throws than anybody. And Richard, a chance to make it a 1-point game. And does. An electric atmosphere all evening. Johnson looking for Tessa. Will take it herself. Got the whistle.
What the official was looking for was a hit on the elbow, the tip on the elbow. The officials, when they hear the reaction from the crowd after they know what's been played on the Jumbotron. I've won many Jumbotron booing contests.
About a 7-second difference game in shot clock. Richard took it early, had it blocked. Gives South Carolina a lot of time. Now, you couldn't run the clock out completely, but that was very early for that attempt if you're LSU. That's the second time they've botched an end-of-quarter situation. McDowell gets denied, gets it back, flips it up, and gets the roll. Isla McDowell at the horn, and South Carolina takes a 5-point lead into the fourth. 4,676 fans there to see it. Tonight, 13,200 fans have packed a sold-out PMAC.
It is remarkable what Kim Mulkey has done to re-energize this program.
17 straight wins for South Carolina against LSU. Many tight games over the last few years. And that's a foul against Tessa Johnson. That'll be her third. Here's Flau'jae, wide open mid-range. Off the mark. Hines the rebound and the putback.
How impactful has Bella Hines been here in only 5 minutes of play?
Johnson has 19. McKeer, no. Rebound. Flau'jae snares it. Handing it off. Richard finds space. Can't hit. Knocks. The putback. Tessa Johnson gives it up. Raven on the attack. Plods in. And a blocking foul is called as Raven tonight with 13 points. Is 4 of 6 from the stripe. Buries that one. Plenty of animation all night from Kim Mulkey. Here's Flau'jae dishing. Hines at 3. Overcooked it.
I don't think that's what Kim Mulkey wanted them to run, though, because as soon as Flau'jae cleared out the right side of the floor, she just showed some exasperation on the sideline.
Raven Johnson finds Edwards. Edwards cradles and gets fouled as Knox picks up the personal.
Ooh, that looks clean to my naked eye.
Edwards at the line. Average 20 per game. One of the things Dawn Staley's talked to us about throughout the season with Joyce Edwards is wanting to see her perform better against the top competition. Really liked the way she responded against Texas in the second half. South Carolina 9 of 9 from the line in the second half. Joyner muscles in. Okot was having none of it. Catch that much body, it's going to be a foul.
Yeah.
Michaela Williams can't hit. Offensive board, another chance. Williams, good grab. Bounces in. Knox gets a whistle on Okot, and that is now her fourth. Tonight, she is out. But tomorrow afternoon's ESPN Women's Basketball, followed by Hannah Hidalgo and Notre Dame hosting NC State, also available on the ESPN app. Both missed free throws, but the offensive rebound, Williams. Neither team has hit a 3 in the second half yet. Williams trying to shake into space, turns, doesn't get the roll. Good effort from Knox, but Dowda wins it for South Carolina. Michaela Williams yet to score in the second half. Big screen from Dowda. Tessa Johnson lost her footing, was able to squirt it out to McDowell. Dowda a three. No. Rebound, Joyner able to win it. Gets it ahead to Flau'jae. Flau'jae Euros in and gets fouled by Raven Johnson.
She was recently named Forbes 30 under 30. She's got 40 NIL deals. She helped wipe out the debt for 5,000 families. She's performed at the BET Awards, the ESPYs.
Just get a feeling that LSU is going to win this game. They're going to need Flau'jae and Michaela Williams to be big down the stretch. 1 point combined between them in the second half. Joyce Edwards, what a spin, couldn't finish it. For Wiley, the rebound. Here's Flau'jae navigating, laying, and finishing.
And yes, Ryan, Flau'jae Johnson to be involved, it excels when she gets in the open floor. Michaela Williams is the one who excels in the quarter court when you have to create against the set defense.
Johnson, big steps into the corner. McKeer connects. What a huge three for Agat McKeer, the Canadian freshman.
McKeer came into this game on the season 9 of 40 from the three-point line.
That's the first three the second half for either team. Williams now on the board. McKeer running the floor and lays it in.
Put her hands up in the air so Johnson could see her.
South Carolina lead is 5. A game that has lived up to the billing. Flau'jae shovels, Joyner lays.
This is a small lineup for LSU. Michaela Williams playing the 4.
Edwards, mid-range, rims out. Rebound, Richard. Johnson able to get it. Flau'jae lays it in. 1 point game. South Carolina has won 17 straight meetings against LSU. Flau'jae has scored or assisted on 7 of the last 9. Both teams have gone small. It's been effective. Now South Carolina goes big. Edwards and Ocott out there. Ocott with the 4 fouls. Laxton with 4 as well. Johnson gets the ball this time. Puts it up and in. Tough bucket. Tessa Johnson. Williams, little hesitation. Gets denied by Raven. Raven Johnson springing the other way. For Wiley took it away, and a foul on Edwards. And that'll be the 4th on Joyce Edwards.
I mean, I really don't see that there's an obvious foul on that play.
And because of it, it puts for Wiley at the line. Dawn Staley is saying you're so wrong, and Dawn is right. As for Wiley hits both free throws. To go, 1 point game. Johnson pedaling through and banking it in. Raven Johnson has 17. Flau'jae kicks it out. Richard, no. What a rebound from Johnson. Joyner can't flip it in. Last touched. South Carolina stays with LSU.
Before the Texas game, Kim Mulkey was saying one area she can really help us is getting back to the glass like she was her freshman year.
Here's Flau'jae shoveling out. Williams, mid-range, off. Flau'jae again on the glass. Flau'jae trying to slip inside, couldn't finish for Wiley. Big-time attack, loose ball. Who's going to get it? Johnson, a 3. You bet! They call it a 2, 1 point game. 6th time LSU has cut it to 1. They have not led in the second half. Tessa responding. Cannot. Rebound Joyner. Kim Mulkey gonna let him run here. Flau'jae for the lead is fouled. They have cut it to 1 6 times. Here's Flau'jae, 2 for 4 from the line tonight. Misses the first. LSU is just 14 for 22. And they're 8 for 13 in the second half while South Carolina hasn't missed. Flau'jae missed both. Timeout, South Carolina. Flau'jae Johnson misses both free throws. Dawn Staley seeking her 500th career win with the Gamecocks.
We know how good Tanaya Latson has been at moments here tonight, attacking the basket.
Raven Johnson gets it in and gets it back. About a 15.5-second difference game in shot clock.
Raven Johnson was the go-to in the late game versus Texas.
He has 17 points tonight. Johnson makes her move, kicks it. Okot in the lane, banks it in. Another big bucket from Medina Okot, and it's a 3-point South Carolina lead. With Richard, Johnson, O'Reilly, Joyner, and Williams on the floor. Here's Johnson, a 3 to tie, missed it left, off the rim. It goes out of bounds in the corner, and at last touch Michaela Williams. It'll be South Carolina basketball with Knox guarding her. Johnson into Okot, who is fouled right away, and Okot will go to the line. It's currently a 3-point South Carolina lead. LSU out of timeouts. Okot hits a huge one there.
Important for LSU to box out on the free throw line here.
Second one from Okot is good. How about that? She hits them both. 5-point game. LSU has to hurry. Williams will launch. No. Rebound underneath. Raven Johnson has it. And Johnson is fouled with 7.2 remaining. And a big fist pump from Dawn Staley, who will join Pat Summitt, Andy Landers, and Joe Champy as the only head coaches to win at least 500 games with one school while a member of the SEC.
LSU is going to be looking at their performance at the free throw line after this one and thinking of what could have been.
Flau'jae Johnson's 2 misses that could have given them the lead. Here's for Wiley, all cosmetic at this point. That one will be touched by Flau'jae, and that will do it. 18 in a row for South